Vulnerable gay youth, catch hell from almost every direction. For those without supportive peers and parents, teachers and pastors, this constant gay bashing can be extremely harmful. Over the past month, the suicides of 5 gay youth briefly received national media attention and briefly saddened the soul of our country. Asher Brown, age 13, of Texas. Tyler Clementi, age 13, of New Jersey. Billy Lucas, age 15, of Indiana. Seth Walsh, age 13, of California. And here in Minnesota, Justin Aaberg, age 15. Ironically, Justin's life might have been spared. Last year, our state legislature passed a bipartisan law that would have helped stop bullying of gays in our schools. Our governor vetoed that law, and with it, he vetoed the hopes of many teens that they may have a normal school life. Perhaps the best way I can express to you the serious effect of gay bashing on gay youth and why it must be stopped and why we must be given equality is to share some tragedies that I have personally experienced and which have touched the deepest part of my soul. As a police officer, my fellow officers and I broke up domestic fights, gave life-saving first aid to accident victims, arrested drunk drivers, and investigated deaths. It is difficult for me to convey to you the intense and disheartening feeling of being a closeted gay police officer investigating the hanging death of a gay student in his dormitory room. Inwardly, I raged at this tragic death. Outwardly, I'd had to restrain my anger at the bigoted society which caused yet another gay death. With all the compassion that I could muster, I tried to comfort and explain his death to a stunned and grieving family. I went home that night and cried and asked God why. I've never forgotten that gay student, the rope, or the suicide note. He is one of the reasons I keep knocking at the door, pleading for equality, fairness, and justice for gays. My youngest son, Brian, who loves me with all of his heart and me for him, as do all of my children, is strongly loving, caring, and loyal to his friends. His friends have become my friends, and we've done many things together. 9 years ago, when Brian was 19, a close friend confided to him that he was gay. The friend was unsure of how his parents would react, but he feared that it wouldn't go well. My ex-wife, Avis, and I still owned a house together back then. And she called and asked me if Brian's friend David could live in the house with him if it was needed. She didn't have to ask. Of course he would be welcome to stay there. But for reasons I don't fully know, he didn't move in with them. A month later, Avis called me while my middle son, Nathan, was visiting me. She could barely speak, but what she told me next crushed my spirit. David had driven up a canyon road, pulled off to the side, and shot himself. The fear that David felt about coming out in a conservative culture, the constant gay bashing, the faggot this or the queer that, which teens hear almost every day, almost everywhere, had taken its toll on David. There would be no more guitar playing for him, no more campfires with friends on cool mountain evenings. I cried for 3 hours that evening, unable to even speak. David was my friend too. My son Nathan did what he could to console me, and then he helped me pack up my car so that I could drive across the country and attend the funeral. The pain Brian felt, the pain everyone connected with David felt, was immense. I still feel it. The young college student wasn't the first gay suicide I investigated, and David wasn't the last friend I lost. I've long ago since asking God why this happens. It continues, the bigotry and the gay bashing, because religious leaders cherry pick verses from the Bible to justify their belief that homosexuality is an abomination. It continues because some parents accept the prejudice of their ministers rather than give their gay children the hope and the love they desperately need and want. It continues because teachers and school district officials too often look the other way when gay teens are bullied at school. Or just as bad, tell gays who have been bullied and harassed that it was their fault because they acted gay. It continues because politicians selfishly cherish their political futures more than they cherish the lives of our children, refusing to give gays even a semblance of equality. It continues because people fail to have the courage to speak out against the words of these bigots. Many of us fall into this last category, including me. Earlier in my life, I didn't have the courage to speak up for fear of being outed in a homophobic society. I have long since gained that courage, and I am grateful to Heidi and to this congregation for giving me this opportunity to plead for justice on behalf of those struggling gays and gay teens. Thank you for letting me reiterate what you already know. Our words and actions or inactions have consequences. For gay teens, the consequences can be deadly. I hope each of you continues having the Christ-like quality and courage to speak against hateful words when they are spoken. I hope and I pray that more congregations will become open and affirming. I hope our denominations will have the courage to remove the last vestiges of doctrine that discriminate against gays. For the sake of gay teens who struggle to fit in and be accepted, in the memory of David and all who have died because of discrimination of whatever kind, we must keep knocking at the judge's door. Will the judge hear our pleas? Will we receive justice? Will David receive justice?